I don't know if you can stay, Tay or not. All right, so I'm going to show the Graphix plastic that I got. It's called craft plastic, and work on some vinyl bags. I have a flip through of a journal. I'm just going to let everybody come in before I get started. I got some blender pens also in that haul, and a couple new inks. Hi, Kat. These are the 3 new inks I got. There's a brown, a black, and a blue. So they're Ranger. I wanted to get my order up high enough for joggles. When I ordered, like I said, I ordered the craft plastic. It's new, so it's not available everywhere. It will be eventually, I know. They have clear. This is opaque white, and it's brand new. And unlike Yupo, it goes back to the white, doesn't stain, and it's heat resistance. I had seen it on a stream in Miriam's Nature. So let me take out, this is a 4-pack. It's 12 by 12. It comes in different sizes, but I ordered the 12 by 12, and I ordered the 4-pack because they had already sold out of the 25-pack. So I ordered 2 of these. And the mail lady stuffed them in the mailbox, even though it said do not bend. So I'm trying to put something heavy on them to kind of flatten them out. But I'm going to cut an 8 by 8, and then we'll use, I have a piece of the regular Yupo. Hi, Lori. Hi, Dottie. You know, so let me. 8. There we go. Okay. I'm going to set this piece aside, and I'll do something for a board with it later. But what I want right now is the 2 pieces that we can compare. So I'm going to take and label them so we know which one is which. Though this one's skinnier. This is the Yupo. And this is the Graphix opaque craft plastic. Yeah, it just said on the envelope, because you could see not to bend. Luckily, it did not force it and bend it. She could have walked to the door. I mean, please. All right, so I have 4 bags ready, prepped and ready. That's what I did during some streams yesterday. So I have these. This is the brown tissue that Kathy sent me, Kathy Berg. So I have 2 small ones, and I have everything inside. That's what I'm going to work on today in just a few minutes. And then I have a bigger one, a couple big ones. So I'll set those aside until we're ready. Kathy Berg wanted me to do a flip through of my folder journal, and it's put together very similar Usually use duct tape. I used clear tape. So what I did was I took file folders. Now I had a purpose for it. It was on, I kept it on my desk. Let me see if I can back my camera out just a little bit. There it goes. All right. So I had taken file folders and painted them like a solid color. So this one I had painted black on the inside and on the outside. And then I did collage with jelly papers and magazine. So this was my cover. Then this was like you could put papers in it. I wanted it to store on my desk. And then the next one is this one here. Now it has some damage, even though I sealed it with Deco Arts soft touch vinyl. It's been in the garage and it has, like, there's some blue that has come off over here. And then this one. And then this one. These are some of my first jelly prints. And then I had this one. Then these are all in a video series. And this one, this is some, this is where some of the damage has come from. This was like Mod Podge, paint trapped in Mod Podge. And of course, in the heat, in the garage, it didn't do that well. Here's another one. Here's one. This one was all maps in Colorado. Ironically, this is Pueblo, where we went for vacation last year. Up in that area. And then this is the last one. And then I did the back. But like I said, it was about putting, like, I'd stored stuff on my desk in it. Because I always have these random loose papers that are stacked. There's, okay, so I put the two folders next to each other, and there's a piece of clear tape. You would use duct tape if you wanted. I used clear packing tape. And then you would close it, and you would put a piece here and wrap it around to the back. And then you do the next one, and you add one folder at a time. So there's, all these are connected. This is layers and layers of packing tape back here. But you would just put a piece across here where the two folders connect. And then you would put a piece here and wrap it around to the back of this folder. So on some of these, there's two pieces. So see, one side is this collage and the other side of the folder is this collage. And then you'd put another piece. And this time when you wrapped it around, there'd be 3. Sea lemon is where I got the idea for the binding. And a couple of them seem to be bigger than the other folders. In looking at them now, you can see that a couple of these are not in straight, perfectly straight, or they were bigger. My guess is they're not in perfectly straight. All right, so let's try this out. Now we need a color that typically would stain. I'm going to get an alcohol prep. All right, I'm going to get some turquoise. And a magenta. All right, let's do some drops of the Pinata yellow. And the Senorita magenta. It moves just as good. Like it glides, the ink glides. Just putting some drops of alcohol. All right, let's try the heat. Hi, Colleen. The Yupo is starting to buckle a little. There's a little, I would say there's probably a little bit of reaction in both of them. All right, let's try. Yeah, I didn't have any problems adding the foil to the ink on either of them. Let's add some more alcohol ink in some areas. And let's add some metallic. This is the new paper right here. I'll show you the cover in just a minute. Let's try the heat gun again. Okay, now supposedly this will wipe back. This is the Yupo, and this is the opaque craft plastic. And this is an alcohol prep pad. Okay, you can see I can lift ink. Let me put. I can move it around or smear it. But I cannot get it down to the white. You see, I cannot get it to the white. It stained that color. Okay, let's try the other. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some of it off. It may take more than one. I mean, you wouldn't typically do this. Okay, let me flood this with some alcohol. But I can get that straight up right back to the white. I'm dragging color in it. I said I'm the one dragging color in it, but you can get it down to the white. Okay, let's figure out the cost. Let's do some math. Get a piece of paper. All right, let's look up. I'm going to look up on Amazon. My Yupo paper. Okay, so the Yupo paper are ordered is medium weight. $11 by 14. And there were 10 sheets. Let me find it. Actually, it'd be faster if I just look up Yupo. All right, 11 by 14 is $18.70, which is $1.87 a sheet. Right? Okay. And then let me get the paper from Joggles to see if it shows. $327 for a 4-pack. Okay, and the other was 12 by 12, 4 for $3.27. So let's figure out what it costs per sheet. It's 82 cents per sheet. It's 144 is your area, square inches. And it's 154 square inches. So if we took 154, well, it's not good. 0.0121. And then if I took 82 cents divided by 144. All right, so there's the difference in price per square inch. The Yupo per square inch is about 0.121. This is 0.005. So it's a lot cheaper. You can tell I'm a teacher. Yeah, I'm a math teacher. We had to turn it into a math, very, very analytical. I mean, it goes down to the pennies, but this is $1.87, and you get 154 square inches per page. And this is 82 cents, and you get 144 square inches per page. So this is definitely cheaper. It will go down. Now, it may set after a while. It may stain after a while because that's been sitting there. And that pink does seem to be a little bit stained. But I could never get this back down to the white. It'll always appear. I can lighten it, but I can't get it back down to the white. Not noticeably when I'm working with it. It seems to move the same, Eileen. We have a hot mess going here anyway, so. Now, I don't have any of the pearls. But you can see that it goes down when it goes down to the white. Here, I got the green. Here, I got kind of a fugly color. So it's cheap enough, nice enough that I'll probably change to it. Here's what it looks like. It is hard to find right now because it's brand new. It's the brand new. It's called Craft Plastic is not new. The opaque is new. They have the clear in different thicknesses. This is 0.10 or 200 GSM for the thickness. And the Yupo medium does not, oh, it's 200. It's the same weight as the medium. It is exactly the same weight as the medium Yupo. Now, they sell clear craft plastic and have for a while. And I don't know how the craft plastic performs as far as heat goes, but I know that I can't really use my heat gun on Yupo. And this did not, it's as flat as it was when I started. Now, I will say that this piece of Yupo did not buckle that much. Yeah, the colors look better because it goes straight through to the white. I'm getting similar on the heat. Okay, the Yupo's starting to buckle and curl. This will rise and fall. It's pretty flat, maybe a little warped. But it flattened right back out. The Yupo is definitely warped. Okay, let's do that. Should we just, we'll drop 2 down that are wet and 1 down on the dry. This is well dry. I mean, this is dry. Okay, and then let's try. Yeah, it's pushing it away. That's just rubbing alcohol. And this one's going down to the white with the rubbing alcohol for the most part. And then it fades back into itself. where this is going down to the pink. That was white till I rolled some brown into it. The markers tend to act the same way. Too. It pushes the other color out of the way. What I like is I can get down to a white or an almost white. Because like then I could take and put now the pink did stain. After it was on there a while, you can see that the pink did stain after it sat a while. So there's obviously a time limit. Plus I dried it with the heat gun. So I would say there's a limit, but I can never get some colors back to the white on the Yupo. Well, I think it looks better. The colors look better because it's white reflecting through it. Oh, sorry. I can zoom back in. Yeah. Is that better? Sorry. For the price difference, and this will be available more readily. You have to remember it's brand new. That's why only Joggles had it in right now. But eventually everybody will have it. That's just alcohol I'm dropping in places. So you can see how far back it will push. So this is a blender pen. I mean, I think I would still use rubber cement if I wanted an area to be really white. I didn't buy it all, Eileen. By the time I got there, the 25 packs were gone. Gone, gone, gone. But I know they'll be back in stock. And I know that more people will carry it. That this is a brand new product. So I think it's just a matter of time. But like I said, look, after it was dry, the pink did stain where I dried it. Can see I'm removing the whole bottom. After it sits there long enough, it might stain. Let's try. Let's see how much of it we can wipe back. I'm getting the bulk of the ink off first. I mean, I don't know if you'd even need to do that or want to do that. For any reason. I guess if you didn't like a piece and you want it to start over, I mean, I could get that back to the white except for that pink. Yeah, some colors do stain more than others, just like watercolor. And I heat set too. And my napkin is not pristine either now. Take the top layer of the ink off on the Yupo. I'm letting some alcohol sit on the darkest part. So it will stain, but not to the degree that the Yupo does. I think the colors would stay the same as much as anything that you would get. You know? So, an eagle. Might be a bird or something over here, yeah. So, I'm going to switch over to it. I'm going to finish up using. I was almost out of Yupo, and I'm going to switch over to it and see how I like it. All right, that's enough alcohol ink for a few minutes. The room needs to. We made even Tay leave. And let me back the camera out before I forget. All right, so I'm going to do this bag right here, which is going to have a cat on it with an umbrella. And I really didn't have a plan other than I had my umbrella cut out to put on it. But then we got the joggles order, and I really liked the joggles tissue that came. So I think I'm going to use the joggles tissue on some of it and keep it a little more on the simple side because I really liked. Did y'all hear that one? I really liked the simplicity. Yeah, for the price, I think it's a good deal. And I can use my heat gun. I don't always have the I don't always have my blow dryer. So I don't know if I want to use this on one side and then the sewing paper is what I'm leaning towards, and then down here more. So I'm going to do our little cat in gray. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I have not tried the alcohol inks on this tissue. So I'm not exactly sure how they're going to work on here because this is a different tissue that Kathy sent. Oh yeah, they're moving. I don't think they move as freely. At all, as they did on the medical paper. But I'm going to go mostly dark. So I'm going to try to move some of this. All right, let me finish up the tip here of the tail. It's going to be white, so I'm going to leave that. Yeah, coming a little heavier up here. And for the white, I'm going to use a white Posca. And I'll let it dry, and then I'll come back in with the little pins. But that's the only way I'm going to get a white. Okay, let me get a bigger Posca. Hi, Vicky. Okay. Let's, ooh, I gotta put the lid on that alcohol for a minute. I'll let that dry. Put a little black in there for an eye. And I'll come back in with a smaller pin here in a little bit. Yep, a little tuxedo cat. All right, I'm going to put that white there and then come back when it's dry and add the black. Add the little details here and there. That's still a little wet. I'm going to get a little pink and add pink to that nose area. And then come in. And we'll add whiskers later. Let's set those aside. Let's now I want to use that number, but I don't want to. Let's use that right there. And somebody had suggested on one of the streams to use a wet paintbrush to see if it would tear along the pieces. So we can try that. I'm not going to worry about the umbrella part because the umbrella is going to get covered with paper. So I'm going to focus on the cat. More. So let's try. Well, I think I actually like the control of my scissors more. I'm going to be honest. I can tell the way it's pulling. Okay. Turn it. We'll get that tail in a minute. Let's tear that up that way. So we just need the tail. And we'll do the front with a different piece. We use the little scissors. Just pick it up so I can get in there closer. Now you could glue your tissue and draw your you could put your collage you're drawing on top of the sewing tissue. You know, you could do it on a separate piece of paper. Okay, so let's use the number right here. I'm not going to worry about the handle either, I don't think. I think I'll just do it on top of the sewing paper. Okay. Okay, we'll start. Here at the feet, work my way kind of up. Around the face, I should probably. All right, then I'm just going to tear that probably at more of an angle. All right, now I'm going to take this piece and glue that in. This glue is way too soft. Let's switch back to this purple glue stick. Okay, and I'm gonna cut this here. For right now. And then let's trim this excess off. Here's the rain. Now, finally, Bob's been waiting for it all morning long. All right, let's glue the umbrella on. And that's already cut to fit around the cat. And I'm going to glue this here. I'm going to get some more of the Joggles tissue. And I'm going to let that piece overlap, I think, so I lose that hard edge. And then let's get another piece for the other side. Let's put that. I want to put something more interesting right in here too. Maybe a number or some wordage. This is from the other day. tips and the edges. All right, I think that's good. When I saw the joggles paper that my order was wrapped in, I was like, ooh, gotta use that. And I knew it was a perfect match for this. Trim the edges. So everything's trimmed back to the size it needs to be. Okay. And we can finish the cat. Okay, I think I'm going to give everything a layer of Mod Podge so I can use the pit pins. To enhance and do the whiskers. And let me come in and put that little eye in there. And I haven't had any problem with the alcohol markers bleeding at this stage. So I'm really happy with that. I've been able to cover them without it moving. Look at this last little bit. Okay, put the lid on that. And let's dry this. I like to collage on the tissue and then put it on the plastic. Better. Teresa, hi, by the way. And Amy, hi, and Sophia. Go up and see. Thank you, Devin. Hi, Judy. grabbing markers. All right, that seems to be dry enough. So I'm going to start with, there's lines on the umbrella. And I'm going to turn the shadow sort of underneath here. All right, then I'm going to get a black and put in the spokes. Okay, now I don't know if this is going to work. I have a silver pit pen, but it's not permanent. I need one of those liquid ones like Patty uses. And the metallic green one and the bronze. There's the gold or bronze colored one. May not have it anymore. It is not showing up. So the only thing that I know to do is we'll hand paint one in just a few minutes. That's about the only thing opaque enough that's going to show up. So I'll just do one in just a little bit with the brush because there's a handle, but I am going to put this part of the handle in. I'll just use these metallic paints. Yeah, no embossing stuff here for the most part. That would imply I was prepared to emboss, which I'm not. Oh, here we go. We'll just do this. I'm going to turn it so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, I think that works. All right, I think I want to give him a little blue. He definitely needs something to ground him to sit on. But I'm not sure I like the blue. It doesn't do that well with the brown. So I'm going to get rid of that for the most part. We'll put the cream back there that I took off. I'll put the land back on there. Just soften that out. Okay, he needs whiskers. Let's soften these a little on this side because they're kind of looking like rat whiskers. A little too much, maybe. I don't like those. Gotta let that dry. Come back. Black. It's so far away you really can't tell. Work on that eye just a little bit. I'm going to sign it down here along the umbrella. On the inside of that umbrella. Put all this away. And let's get the bag and the gel. And we'll put this on the bag. All right, I'm going to put the back side on first. Bye, Sophia. Thanks for stopping by. And this is Liquitex. It's supposed to be their heavy gel medium, but it's a very soft. It is soft to work with. Okay. Okay. Bring that in. I'll bring this in. I am going to trim that a little bit here and there. And I'll put washi tape up the top. Okay. And then this needs to be trimmed just a little bit. Now I could tear that and have a rough edge, but I haven't been. All right, let's put some gel medium on there. I'm going to get the seams of that bag too. And I probably have to trim the top of that a little bit. I'm going to bring it up from the top. Too much. Just a little bit. Again, I'm going to put washi tape up there so I'm not real concerned with exactly how straight it is. I'm going to pull this back down for just a minute. I see an issue on this one. This one's not pulled in enough at the top. There went my paint. My silver. least it was at the top. Okay, and I'm gonna let that dry, and then I will put a clear coat spray on it. I didn't mean I wasn't going to do anymore. I meant, no, there should have been a comma in there. I was going to do more of these bags. Not that I wasn't going to do anymore. I meant that that's what I had prepped, was some more of these. I think they will sell well at the art shows because they're art, but they're utilitarian. You know, you can use it for something. So, like I said, and then when I let them dry, I put them on a bottle and let them dry. Like that. So let's switch gears. And try a piece of the craft plastic. I cut a piece that was 8 by 8. Okay, let me clean up just a little bit. I can find the piece that I cut of it. There it is. Okay, let's try. These are the Touch ink refills. And that's marigold and yellow. And then I'm going to add some peach Bellini from Ranger. And let's put some, this is just alcohol ink. Just want to get some movement. And I'm going to use a straw. like this. So let's try the heat gun. Oh, thanks, Teresa. All right, and then let's try. This is cool like periwinkle blue. Let's let some of that dry. And let's try some purple with that. Actually, I don't want to do the purple. It's going to go too dark on me. I'm going to go to a stonewash. No. I'm going to use a blue. And that's stonewash, kind of a purpley denim color. Okay, and I'm going to take some just some plain ink. Drop some areas in here. I kind of like that. I like how some of the green is showing up. So we'll put some green in a lid. This is I think it's, I don't know what it is. It doesn't have a name on it. I'm going to splatter some green. On there. Which may not show up. initially. I think that's kind of interesting, composition wise. So I think I'm gonna just trying to splatter just a little bit right in here. So it has those little dots too. Since I covered it up. All right, I'm going to cover up. I'm going to put the ink away. And let's dry this. Here and there. There's some heavy wet spots that I want to. Okay, let's try drying it. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to take an alcohol ink prep pad and clean up the edges a little. Like maybe where I touched it. It's just a few spots here and there. All right, should we see if we can get any? Thinking we might get some right in this area. Oh, that's what I was hoping for, right where that brown was. Just getting little bits. Here and there. Okay. Open one more pad. And clean right in here again. I like that. Thanks, Mark. And welcome. All right, so that's, you can see the, and then what I'll do is this will get resined on a 8x8 panel. I'll trim it down after I glue it on there, and I'll put a layer of resin on it. I really like the new craft plastic. I think it's more luminous. It moved just as easily. I like the fact that I could clean it up. Thanks, Eileen. I got your green in there. This is alcohol inks on craft plastic. It's new. It's opaque craft plastic. They've had clear for a while, but this is new. So we were just playing with that to see how it acts. I really like when you can get these little dots, the really small ones. And then this is the vinyl bag that we did, which is still pretty sticky on this side. Hi, Linda. And somebody had told me on YouTube that you could get these bags at Daiso, but I have to go over to Arlington to get to one, which I just don't do that often. So ordering them off of Amazon is easier for me. Let me set that aside. Oh, I need to sign it somewhere. I think I want to sign it down in here. Like I said, this will get glued on here, and then I'll trim it and put resin. You made a video with your camcorder. Good. That's how I started, was with my camcorder, and then I edit and upload it to my YouTube. So what I did was, for each of the bags, these are what the bags look like when you get them, is I just ended up making a pattern how I want it to cover them. So this is my back and this is my front. and I want to glue it and then fold it in and then pull it up, was how I'm approaching it. And working on this like it's a piece of canvas and then adding it to the bag. But other people have just straight up collage directly on the bags. And that works too. I just didn't want to really do that. This one, I was going to use some brayer paper that I have on it, pieces of that. And I have the bird I cut out a deli print. And I had wings. I have wing choices. That's the one I decided to go with. It's one of these three. But I think I like the lighter one better. And this one I was just going to straight up. And then I had pieces of branch to put in from a jelly print. And not necessarily even do the sewing paper. You need, Mark, to put your videos on YouTube, you need to take and use an edit program that you usually have on your computer. If you have a Mac, a lot of people use iMovie. I have a PC and I used Movie Maker. And then I would render them to an MP4 because in the camcorder, they wouldn't be in an MP4. So I used Movie Maker to edit. I'll put it in here. I used Movie Maker 10. I don't know what edition they're on because you need to edit and put it in an MP4 format, if that makes sense. It's probably in I think it's MVP. You can also there are programs that can convert the file, but I would edit there and then upload it to YouTube. But with the live streaming, I don't edit or anything, so we can throw this one together real quick. You can probably find help videos on YouTube, Mark. That would be more helpful. Like I said, I have not been editing my videos for a couple years now. I've just been streaming. I was on Ustream before and just directly would upload them to YouTube. And now directly live streaming straight from YouTube. All right, I need to find. Well, I'm going to erase my branch that I had sketched in there, because this one's a little different the way going to be my branch. And I'm going to save this because somewhere I think I want to use that. Stand By Me. Yeah, I remember that. I teach someone who thinks they're on the movie set of Stand By Me. Okay. That almost fits perfectly. I think I'll just tear it across. And do that. And just glue that on like that. And then I might use a piece at the top or on the side. Bye, Devin. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Raise that up just a little bit. Oh, you know what I didn't put on this bag that we need to put on there? I didn't put any washi on there. So I want to keep this one a little more simple. Just trying to seal in those edges there. I do think I like the medical tissue better than this brown tissue. I think we can put this right here at the top. I'm going to put that piece of music paper right in there too. Okay. Let's put some glue on those edges. We can trim that in just a minute. That works for the glue. Hi, Christy. Hi, Vaughn. take that off. Let's dry this, and then we'll put some pit pin on the bird and call him done, and we'll pick out washi. Trying to get the glue off my fingers before I really get started. Hi, Jeannie. Is Ange here? Hi, Miss Ange. Okay. Trying to let that dry.
Oh, Ange, that's terrible. We've been getting so much rain. It's that job,
Isn't it? Yeah, it was a true story, Mark. All right, I'm going to add some white Posca just so I can add the yellow back on top of that later. Let's try to get some feather movement kind of up in there. All right, and I'm going to use graphite and my pattern to kind of get the eye back in that place. That I had it. And I want to get my I'm going to get the claws kind of back in there. And that's going to be the bird legs. And then I'm going to blot it and kind of lift up. I just want to try to. And then the black of the eye will go in here. All right, I'm going to come in with some blue. Let me turn this upside down real quick. I lifted some of that black. There. Okay, here's the little wing. Still feel like there's some mess in here. Sorry, I got quiet. All right, that's what I'm going to do to that little bird. The branch and the beak are next. It's a cover for one of the bags, Vaughn. darker brown I will use. Oh, thanks, Vaughn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a mermaid one with some bling, maybe. Or a cat one. I have a cat one. I can't decide where I want to put the other bling. This one I'm just sort of keeping a little simple. Okay. And okay, that gives him a character around his eye. I think that's good enough. Let's put the pins up. I'm using India ink markers over the bird. You can use it over the gel medium. Okay, so let's put this on the bag. Put the back side first. Right, and I am going to trim it. That is pretty good. Fold that over. this one over. Hold that up. I think I'm going to tear this time. All right, it needs glue up in here because I didn't put any right there. All right, let's pick out, need a washi for this one and a washi for that one. Now in Pennsylvania, there's tornadoes. It's just that same storm system moving across the U.S. It's got to be. I think that's quite the right green. It's red. Okay, that looks like raindrops. I think I'm going to use that one. It's got like blue. Oh, yeah. We've had storm. We haven't been having them every day. Not as bad as Janet. The sirens haven't gone off. Okay, so I just think that finishes it. Gel medium on it. Yeah, little cat. Okay, so then I don't want the greens. Bob said she put her life on the line to get food. Oh, I didn't sign this one either. I don't want to use that. I want to use a smaller pen. So that's 2 bags finished. And the alcohol ink piece. And I'm using up some of my washi that I never used. I don't think about using it. So that makes me happy when I find a way. Thanks, AJ. So for those of you that weren't here, I'll show you the bunny one and what I kind of have planned. Okay, so this one is going to be a portrait of Tay-Tay, my Siamese, and I have some napkins. Oh, there's something else I want to tell you about that paper, Eileen. I'll tell you in just a minute. And this one is a cat also. And there's a surprise. And this is the bunny one that Vaughn is talking about that we did. And it's blinged out. It's got a bunny on the back. This is 11 by 15. So it would hold like a small Chromebook. Yeah, how can you not love bunnies and bling? So I think I may put some bling on the Tay-Tay one. The biggest bag is 11 by 15, yeah. Here's the running out of places. This is the biggest. Let me back my camera out a little bit. You can see. Okay, so that's the biggest. The bunny one is the biggest. Then there's this size. This is the size that I did the giraffe and the elephant. And then there's this size down, which is the size that I am doing one of the cats. And then there is this size, which I did for my pins, and that's the Tay-Tay size. And then there's this size. And then the final smallest is this size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sizes, and you get 2 of each for $12. And this was just alcohol ink on them. We were just playing around to see what we could do with alcohol ink on the 2 smallest. And I was just trying to approach it initially when I did the bunny one differently than we've seen the others. So I have 2 planned, and then I have 3 that I haven't planned. But I have a show on the 22nd of June. So my goal was A small bunny? Yeah, like which the bunny can, I mean, the bunny will fit on this size, Vaughn. Let me tell you what size that is. Give me just a second. $11.5 by 8.5. I can put a bunny on this size. It's like a sheet of paper, which makes a good size for like a pencil bag. So you want me to do a bunny on this? Would this size be okay? And it would be 40. Is that okay? A bunny applique. Oh, yeah. Shauna wanted a bunny to put on a something, but I'm not going to send the bunny pattern out. Oh, there's somebody. I thought you meant you wanted a bunny bag. I get you now, Vaughn. Yes. Way early. All right, guys, I need to go. I don't know how I would do bunny appliques. Yeah, you could sell them as stickers or decals. I put the bunnies on Society 6. So you can get the bunnies on a lot of things in Society 6. That's the way I do it. But I need to go because Robin's here way earlier than I thought. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.